Hello class. Today I'm here to present to you co-cultural theory. This presentation was created by Travis Riker and myself, Roxanne Carlsten. Co-cultural theory is a framework designed to provide insight into the communication behaviors of individuals with little societal power. It's generated primarily from the research of Mark Orb. He wrote the co-cultural theory focusing on how culture inherently affects communication. The theory primarily focuses and centers on the various segments of society that have traditionally been described as being part of a subcultural or minority group in modern society. Mark P. Orb is currently employed with the School of Communication, Western Michigan University. He is a professor of communication. His education is a PhD in interpersonal and intercultural communication from Ohio University, graduated in 1993. Professor Orb's instruction and exploration is an interest that center on the tangled relationship linking communication and culture. We see connection in areas of communication such as intra and interpersonal, as well as intergroup and mass media. Professor Orby created the theory unintentionally through his own curiosity of what his own socioeconomic life experiences, as well as being a product of a multiracial marriage, and what it would have on his communication with the dominant group. Co-cultural theory represents an eclectic approach to communication theory in that it draws from various existing conceptual frameworks related to culture, power, and communication. Some of these theories would be the muted group theory, as well as the standpoint theory. These works are grounded on works of feminist scholars like Cremere and Smith. The muted group theory was created by Edwin Ardiner and Shirley Ardiner in 1975. It's a communication theory that focuses on how marginalized groups are muted and excluded via the use of language. The dominant group may also ignore the voice of the marginalized group. I currently experience this at work. Sometimes I have to approach a supervisor and decide that I need them to think that something is their idea, because if they thought that it was my own idea, it would not be valid or a concern. We experience this all the time, being women, that we're not being heard, we're not expected to speak up or have opinions that are valued. Most of the time, women are thought of as emotionally or sexually and not a dominant power in the household or the workplace that could be considered as an equal. The standpoint theory is a feminist theatrical perspective that argues that knowledge stems from social position. The perspective denies that traditional science is objective and suggests that research and theory have ignored and marginalized women and feminist ways of thinking. As an example, because men and women are gendered differently, and because of that, they're considered to have different experiences, how would they know what they know, and what they're capable of knowing are considered different. So that is the standpoint theory. When we're looking at the co-cultural theory, we have co-cultural groups that we're mainly concerned with or notice differences with. That would be women, people of color, disabled, communities of working class, LGBTQ+, young and retired people. Our dominant group is considered to be rich, white, heterosexual males. We're going to continue this presentation, continuing with more of the history as well as important factors. We're going to apply this theory to communication as well as how to apply the co-cultural theory in other areas, and how it also relates to gender communication. And we also have an activity for you here at the end. I'm going to go ahead and hand this presentation over to Travis Riker to go ahead and finish that up for you. I hope you're having a great time. getting to know co-cultural theory. Thank you.